Hello YouTube, this is Necrostevo and you're watching my 300th subscriber special. So thank you all once again for subscribing to me, whether it be one person making 300 separate accounts and subscribing in each of them, or 300 individual actual people. I'm really thankful because when I initially made this account, I did not contemplate that I would get this many followers. Today is a double battle. If you guys have noticed in my last few uploads, I've been doing kind of VGC rules with this team. I figured the subscriber specials should be something a little bit more competitive, a little bit more interesting. And here we have a full-on 6v6 double battle on VGC rules. My friend Sajaro was using that team, kind of helped me test out this team, and it's because we have awesome matches. Um, Now, at the beginning of the match, he actually surprised me by manually setting up the rain. I led off with Tyranitar. I protected with Blitzkrieg the Garchomp just because I expected him to use his Kingdra to attack my Garchomp. And now that he has the rain up, he's going to be faster than me. So that's really important. Here, I want to bring Tyranitar back so I can send him out later to hopefully get the sand back up and interrupt his manual rain. And he still has a Politoed on his team. Um, the Ice Beam hits Garchomp, which means I'm going to die to the Ice Beam. I don't have the Yache Berry. I was hoping my Bright Powder might kick in and allow me to dodge that. Um, Unfortunately, that's not the case. So that kind of didn't go too well. Me switching out into Metagross, though, does put me in a decent position. My Tyranitar did a great chunk with Ice Beam last turn, and so now that I see he has his Garchomp out, now's a good time to come out with my Hitmontop. I can wide guard to dodge the earthquakes. I can also use a little bit of feint to break through his protects, hopefully. Here he actually is going to switch out his Kingdra, though, and send in his Amoonguss, Papa Smurf, aptly named because of that wonderful blue cap that he's rocking. So here I was really expecting his Amoonguss to protect and his Garchomp to earthquake. I was completely wrong. Garchomp is going to Swords Dance. Very, very bad. Because that means his Amoonguss can protect on the next turn. And I don't have a very good chance of dodging it. And I figured if Garchomp was going to protect or if Amoonguss was going to protect, I could just hit it with Zen Headbutt and hopefully 2-hit KO it. Um, yeah, he is at +1 thankfully because of my Hitmontop's Intimidate. But that's still a lot of damage. Fortunately for me, though, he is using the weaker Dual Chop, which is not going to be enough to finish off Hitmontop, and I was actually expecting him to use Rage Powder this turn. So I just attacked the Amoonguss with Zen Headbutt again. I really should have Meteor Mashed Professor, his Garchomp, but since I was expecting it anyway, I didn't want him putting things to sleep, which is actually what he planned to do. He planned to stay in and put me to sleep. So I was able to play around that. So we're both down that one Pokemon right there. So he comes back out with Kingdra here. Of course, the rain is still up. I was actually expecting him to protect and go for that Earthquake yet again, once again over predicting. And he shows me that he has Scald. And I'm like, why do you use Scald? And then I see the damage that it does, and I notice that that thing is probably Specs. Because even with the rain up, it's not likely that he would have done that much damage to a Metagross, who's decently bulky, especially with max HP. Now that he has another Swords Dance up, that means that he is at +3 attack, which is very, very, very scary for this team. I'm afraid to go back out into Tyranitar at this point because that'll make his Garchomp harder to hit. And so here, I just wanted to get a little bit of damage in on Kingdra with the Mach Punch. And I knew I could outspeed Garchomp because this Nidoking is Scarf. So Nemesis is the nemesis of that Garchomp, and I'm able to take out the Professor very cleanly before he's able to do too much damage with +3 attacks. Unfortunately, that leaves Choice Specs Kingdra alive and kicking, and he finishes off Hitmontop. I was actually kind of hoping that he would finish off my Nidoking, just because then that would allow me to bring in Kabutops. And Kabutops benefits from the rain. But fortunately, since his Politoed is faster, this is a modest Tyranitar, so it's not plus speed, and so naturally Tyranitar is slower than Politoed if neither of them invest in a minus speed nature. Seeing that my sand is up, he does switch back out into his Thundurus so that he can either set it up manually again, I'm guessing, or so that he can just bring back in Politoed. And that, I'm really impressed with the amount of damage that Ice Beam did. on the Kingdra, because Kingdras are actually naturally bulky. So doing that much damage will hopefully allow, when he brings in Polito back in here in a second, to just come in and do a decent amount of damage. I guess maybe if I had predicted right there and predicted the Thunderous to come back in, Ice Beaming that would have been a little bit better, because I'm actually going to put myself at a severe disadvantage right here when he uses the Prankster ability to outspeed my Kabutops and paralyze it. So that is really, really unfortunate. If the rain had been up, then actually my Aqua Jet would have outsped his +1, because then at that point they're both at the same priority level, so then you go by speed. But since the rain was not up, I can't quite do that. Fortunately, since I'm paralyzed, I cannot be burned, and with the Sandstorm up, I do get a Sandstorm special defensive boost on my rock types, so Kabutops and Tyranitar are going to appreciate that. Unfortunately, this is going to leave him with Politoed, and I think one more that I haven't seen yet, and I think that's his Electivire. And with me paralyzed, I'm not going to be able to outspeed the Electivire, so that means it's basically going to be up to Tyranitar. I am going to go for Aqua Jet to give off some damage on the Electivire. With the rain boosted Life Orb stab Aqua Jet, that's easily going to 2-hit KO the Electivire, but I really need a 1-hit KO in this play. So I think the spot where I really should have maybe predicted or maybe even guessed was just using Ice Beam when he had Politoed in. Then when he brought in the Thunderous, I would have killed it on its way in. I would have been in a better position. Now, he's not going to kill me off with Scald there, even though it's rain boosted and stab and super effective. And that is going to allow me to get a little bit of vengeance on his Electivire by finishing it off. So that's what you get for taking down my Kabutops. You have no business taking down one of my top 3 favorite Pokemon. But unfortunately, that's going to be the match as he finishes off my Tyranitar with the rain-boosted super effective Scald. That was an epic match. It literally came down to that one turn where I made that one decision. And it's still a 1-0, but that was still a really good match. So, wait, what the hell? Is this thing recording? I can't even tell. I think it is. Okay. If that thing didn't record all that, I was going to be kind of mad. Anyways, though, thank you all again for subscribing and watching my stuff. I will be posting another battle soon. I am in the middle of my bar review because I have to take the bar at the end of July. So that's why my uploads have kind of slowed down a little bit. But needless to say, I have lots of videos kind of backed up, so I'll still have stuff to upload even when I can't battle as much. So I hope you all have a great day, and thank you again for 300 subscriptions. I will see you all later. Bye now.